everyone, Suzi here, and today we're playing a Watcher of Realms. For today's video, we're gonna go through and do an ultimate beginner's guide. I'm going to have chapters for everything and do my best to cover it all. This will be a long video. There's so much to cover as this game is past 2 years old and constantly adding new content, heroes, and quality of life improvements. So if you're here, welcome, and let's get to it. So I will start off mentioning that I'm going to be going between this account here that's been playing since the very launch and quickly into a brand new account to show you what some of the early things look like. There's a couple really cool summoning banners that we're gonna have to take a look at. It's also worth noting that this is a very generous game when it comes to giving a lot of free currency for summoning, which is so much fun. Even this New Year's gift is a great example. 10 free ancient summoning crystals, like the premium currency. So really love to see that. All right, so summoning advice. This is day 2 of this brand new account that I'm on right now, and you get an amazing banner that lasts for 2 days. This is with Hatsa and Twyla. Getting a Hatsa early on, late game, anytime, is amazing. She's a top tier marksman. She gets to her ultimate very quick and can do this amazing burst damage. She's usable everywhere, especially early on, at least, or I should say early on. But she's going to come back into play and stay in play throughout your entire history of your account. She's not going anywhere. She's a queen. So this is an amazing banner to start with. So the summoning system involves these rare summoning crystals and legendary summoning crystals, and also ancient summoning crystals that are only periodically run on the weekends, every other weekend or so, not always an event, sometimes multiple in a row, sometimes not. You also can use diamonds for summons. And in this game, you can sell your rare characters and get more diamonds once you unlock that feature. So here there is an overall counter of all the summons done on your account. The first one will be that guaranteed Maureen. And then here we have some special stuff to take a look at. So there is a beginner bonus. Enjoy your first free summon every 7 days from registration. So every day for 7 days, you get 1 free summon. I made the mistake of not hitting this free button yesterday for day 1 of this account because that would have been my first guaranteed epic hero that you're going to get. So let's click that 1 free summon and we are going to get an epic here. There's a few marksmen that can happen. Idril's the one we want. Brienne is not a bad second option though. So here we are, claim your one. So just do that 1 summon, single summon, you're guaranteed an epic hero. Then we'll start doing those 10 pulls and getting more. But that is the start of an account. So when there is a rate up banner, the details are all here. So the first time you obtain a legendary hero that is not one of the rate up heroes, you're getting a multiplier of 10 to your future summons. So every time, the second time, you're much more likely. The third time, you have to be very unlucky not to hit one of the rate up heroes. So getting Twyla or Hatsa early on is great. There has also been a soft pity with new accounts that often seems that they tend to get a new legendary early on. Whether that's true or not, you guys can keep your tinfoil hat theories there or not. But yeah, 180 is the pity overall, where you're going to be hitting the point of increasing rates no matter what the banner is for rare summoning crystals. So that is just a pity. And every time after that, if you don't hit a legendary, it's a soft pity. You get 5%, and 200 is a 100% guarantee. So the 180 is the soft pity, 200 is the hard pity. And then your summoning record is here, so you can see everything you get for your account. And there is the same thing with divine summons as well. When you very first start an account, they start you with a 2 times chances to pull legendaries, which is one of the best things you can really do early on in any account and just take advantage of the 2x events because you're just a lot more likely to get characters. Double the chances. So a 6% chance becomes a 12% chance to get a legendary hero. And all the heroes that are available in the standard pool are listed with these drop rate sections. Pity for legendary summons is 12. And then after that, a 5% increase until you hit with a guaranteed legendary with every 20 summons. And then same thing, your summoning record will go here. Definitely take advantage of this early on if you can. But we're going to start here. Let's go ahead and see, can I do a 10 pull? So we'll combine diamonds and rare crystals to do this 10 pull. It is best suggested to use your diamonds 100% for summoning. I still only use my diamonds for summoning, minus a few shop purchases here and there for crystals at discounted rates and energy at discounted rates. But don't have any shame in using your diamonds for summoning. So our very first 10 pull is gonna... If you get a Vortex as your very first 10 pull, holy cow, that's amazing. Wow. So Vortex is a really great healer that has... Oh, wait, I guess I can show that with the promotions in this one. But yeah, he... there we go. Has amazing range. So that is someone you'd love to get early on. Also, there's this character Decimist who is used in some key content, especially to cheese it, like Gear Raid 2. So save a copy of Decimus as well. Boom. All right, that's a fun start. Oh, and of course, Vortex and Baron are two very strong heroes that are also on this Rate Up banner. So that's a really good time to pull on your first couple of days of your account. Definitely wait until you hit that second day to pop those summons. Don't do it on your first day. You want to have a high chance of getting Hot Soot. All right, so this is day 5, 6, and I think 7. We're on to the next summoning banner, which is actually Pharisee and Hex. So this is another great one to pull on for any account and would be a huge help early on, just like the last banner. I mean, even late game, Hex and Pharisee are still viable. We do have a different character named Narissa that's a little bit better for Pharisee's role these days. But he still was like necessary for so long. And you're not going to be mad if you get him. He has really great range as a healer. There's also Dallin here, who is a cost regenerator, who can help you in Arena or in Gear Raid 2 or other places where you might want to plop someone down to be able to regenerate cost faster and place units faster. Theowen is one of the sometimes first epics that people get, and he is pretty strong for control, even used in hard high-end arena. And AI here, sorry, that's Hollow. And Hollow, her twin sister, is awesome at rage regen. So rage regen and healing with Hollow is something that's highly used alongside of any of these lovely Infernal heroes here for a Drake's Chasm guild boss battle. But all right, let's do a 10 pull because we can. And yeah, that is the other summoning banner that you will get as a new player. So these banners will run their course, but you'll have the other ones for events alongside them. So with this account with the Christmas events at the moment, we'll get some other special things. Everything will be open to a newer account. After those first few days, you really want to get past the day 4 hump to start unlocking all of these other normal events. But it does depend on what holiday events are happening at the same time. Things might look a little different. Now, let's talk quests. So very early on here, you're going to have your storyline. This is your progress missions, the things that you should follow to keep progressing in your account. It's going to give you a ton of free summons, plus work you toward a free legendary hero that's amazing and still used in some end game content, Volca. Very good hero. Definitely want to get that as soon as you can. And yeah, look at that. Boom, boom, boom. All this stuff just working on your campaign is going to get you there. And this is also going to help you kind of go through and get to know the content overall. So go through your progress missions. There are also going to be daily quests. Now, as you unlock more content, you'll get a couple more quest options here as well. But be sure to add some people as a friend so you can give friendship points. But the good part is you don't have to do every single thing. Like if there are 8 tasks at the top and there are 10 options, you don't have to do all 10 to get the main reward and get your main dailies. The weeklies you're going to want to keep an eye on because, like, let's say you haven't done any summoning, you might want to do a 10 pop to reset your weekly missions, but you're not gated by okay. The weeklies will not reset to the next week until you've done all of the pages. So while you don't have to get the top reward, you kind of got to do them all or else it won't reset. It'll just stay there. Same thing with monthlies. You have to do everything on the monthly before it will change to the next month. Even if, let's say, you just never do arena and you're sitting there on haven't done 20 arena battles, you're kind of going to want to do that just to get your daily or monthly or whatever quest done. Also, if you want to not accidentally overfill on stamina, you will anyway. You could always keep in mind to not deal with this here. Also, there's a lot of basic stuff to do. Editing your bio, changing your name, binding your account, which I need to do as well here. This is a very important part for some free rewards. And this is going to be a big reminder as we go on to the settings. So with your settings, you're going to want to bind your account to something. Google Play Games, Facebook, or VK. Basically combined to existing accounts, or you can just bind to an email address. This will pop up, you send it, and it'll send an email to your email message to your address, and you can copy a code, put it in here, and verify, and you are linked. This is one of the easiest ways to deal with it, or if you already have Google accounts you're working with, you can just quickly and very easily link to Google or something else instead. But make sure you link to something, because if something happened and you had to restart the game and reinstall, you don't want to lose your progress overall. That's a huge, huge thing here. All right, in the settings, otherwise, you're going to see your player profile to change your avatar, borders, etc. There is, changing your name is going to give you a little bonus. But if you want the little resource to be able to change your name for free, you just log in on a mobile device and it will give you one. That's a mobile device reward that does not show on your your PC client. There's some quirky things like that as well. There's also achievements, so working through these can get you huge rewards. So be sure to keep an eye on these if you're close on something. You can get massive rewards like a hero selector, free summons, and even some of those soul stones for heroes later in the game. Hall of Honor is just like your badges, settings. Otherwise, besides that, we also have promo codes, which I will go into next. We have settings for just the basics, full screen on or off. I don't like when you have it on. If you click off onto another monitor, it goes black and disappears. It's one of those not friendly when the game is in the background. It doesn't stay on the screen type things. So I tend to use it off and I just double click to make this go wide. Music, of course, whatever, self-explanatory. Default to have everything start on 2x speed or not is up to you. Early on, maybe, or if it's easy content, you're just steamrolling it. But later on, there's going to be some hard content where you really need every split second to count. So keep that in mind if you already have that setting on or not. There's a skill screen shake on or off. 3-star clear tips on or off. If you fail, it'll suggest what you do. Hero panel spacer. I don't know what that is. I'm going to turn that on. Show channel messages during battle, vibration on or off. And then, of course, your settings overall. I'm not going to worry about that. That's just based on how you want your graphics to look. And then, there are actual key bindings that I literally never use because I forget they exist for some basic things to open some stuff, but you can always change those as well. All right, let's head on over to promo codes and do the currently working promo codes for new accounts. First up, we have WOR777. This is one of the longest running new player promo codes. Redemption successful. Also, WOR888 is a commonly working promo code that was from the very beginning as well. The first two promo codes are going to give you some really nice rewards. We got a couple of free summons mixed in here, which is kind of the top tier of currency that you're going to be happy to get early on. There's also this more recently added new promo code for everybody. Get 10 free draws. Boom, redemption is successful. And that last promo code that I had added there really is 10 free summons. Oh wait, there's more. Xmas 2025 WOR. XMAS 2025 WOR is a temporary promo code for new players only. This one runs until the end of January 31st reset period. This is only for accounts who have registered within the past 3 days. So if you're a brand new player watching this, this is for you. Otherwise, it's only, a new player code. And it does give you 5 rare summoning crystals. Hero Conquest is kind of a beginner setup here just by working on campaigns or raid stages. Just do all of this that you can. The event calendar early on is focusing on the 7-day login. Don't miss a day. There's an easy lucky share. Just share and claim your free diamonds. Pre-registration for if there's events going on. This is what an event. And then if you are a spender, this is awesome to spend within the first week. The more you spend on W Gold worth of points, you get free stuff on top of it. So it's just like a bonus top-up event. So speaking of which, the content creators do have special links where you can support your favorite creators at the same time and make sure you're getting the best offers in the game. There are special bundles that are often limited time only through Smile One. So my link, of course, is in the description and the pinned comment if you want to use mine to purchase your W Gold for the shop. But purchasing, and I would suggest you do so through those events instead of in the shop itself, because it's just a little bit better of a deal and there's special rewards that are often bonuses as well. Plus, I have to point out when it comes to spending, there's this special game changer epic AoE mage, Iona. So you can get Iona, who's going to be a huge carry early on. Oh, I want to say, it's not free. It's $5. It's a pack. It's not. So first top-up bonus is not necessarily the truth, I guess. Like if you spend $1, you don't get Iona. You got to buy this little $5 pack. Totally worth it. But again, you can buy W Gold for your currency directly through the Smile One links, which content creators will have with their channels that do have that running as sponsorships. So grab a creator link and spin that, and you can make sure you're getting the best deals on your W Gold. Plus, you get bonuses on top of it, just like that special event that we showed. Overall, I would say look for good deals where you're trying to get these, oh my god, 10 summons for $1. Wow. Novice Value Summoning Bundle. They start you guys off good now. Beginner Exclusive Summoning Bundle. Holy moly, $100, 80 summons and 3 legendary. Okay, with a crystal and that's a really solid value for a big pack. Solid. And then $50 for this could get you some amazing artifacts to start off with if you like to buy that sort of thing as well. But definitely try to aim where you're spending about $1 per summon on the blue crystals. I think this is kind of like an $8 per, and then ancient summoning crystals are a separate thing, and that will be more like a $4 or less is what I tend to suggest people look for. But these values are amazing. So $3 for 2,900 diamonds. This ends up being like a super cheap per summon value. Absolutely the best value here. So is the summoning card. I think $10 for 40 summons is an amazing deal. And of course, if you're looking to grind, this is a must buy with a ton of energy plus multi-battles to get that grind in. But depending on how hard you grind, you may or may not feel like you need this. I don't need it personally anymore later in game, but I feel like this was a really strong value early on. So that's kind of my TLDR. Oh wait, this is the must buy. I can't imagine having an account without a privilege card. You get more bonuses for every fight, 3.5 times speed instead of 2 times speed. And yeah, it's the extra drops are really worth it. So those extra drops are certainly strong value. I would definitely suggest that as well. All right, so let's talk basics. Obviously, when you start, you're not going to have all of this unlocked. So what do you focus first? You're going to see that the tutorial will send you into the campaign. The campaign mode, I am a slacker and still haven't done a lot of. But you can see there's normal, hard, and expert campaign modes where you can go through each chapter and get your rewards that help you summon and get more characters to make it easier. But also, a lot of the content is gated behind completing a certain stage. So there might be something new that comes out that's like you have to at least have done normal stage, normal chapter 8, stage 14. Like there are things like that that will come out. And there's extra little bonus campaign stuff as well. But definitely work through the campaign stages. And just like I already said, the progress missions, like that are the storyline, are going to guide you through this pretty well. So let's give a little bit of a TLDR about these content areas of the game that you're going to come across as you do those storyline missions. So promotion raids are the ways to get like your ascension materials, your promotions. Every game calls them different. And that is to just get the basics of those purple stars added to your characters, the pinkish purple color, and that gets the extra features that might unlock a skill or extend their range or add more stats. But every different type of archetype of character, like defender, healer, fighter, tactician, mages, or marksman, have their own promotion raid. So the resource raid, XP and gold, this is going to be where you can get your best value. Early on, gold is going to suck. You're really going to struggle with gold, and you're probably going to need to farm it. You will. And just try to make sure when you're farming XP or gold raids, you do so with like a bonus card turned on. You're going to see like you have these gold bonuses and XP bonuses, so you can get 2 times the rewards for that. So try to save those cards or purchase those cards with your currency, not money, I mean, when you're at a point where you can do a ton of them and just blast a ton of energy and really make that double bonus worth it. Gear raids are the basics of getting your gear. You'll start out with the lower tier stuff, and then you'll get into the tier 1 and tier 2 sets that you can farm here. Later on, gear dungeons unlock for your content too, which have tier 3 sets that are really cool where you'll grind out materials to do some forging. So a lot of content in this game revolves around where you are. So like you have to have done gear raid 1, 2, and 3, stages 18 to unlock a certain content, or stages 19 to unlock a certain content, even maybe 21 for something, I can't remember now. But yeah, you won't even see these gear dungeons, or you'll have to click it and see how you unlock them. It'll be like, you have to do the gear raids first. There's other content like that in the game too, which I will point out a bit afterward. Artifact material raid is the artifact farming for doing the forging for artifacts, kind of like the gear raids, but it's its own thing. Focus on getting to stage 18 here. That should be your main goal, just to farm the basics. And then after that, it gets a lot harder, and that's where you're farming exclusive artifact materials that are made for certain heroes. But if you can just get to stage 18, that's going to be a huge grinding point to get some of the better artifacts, which are honestly still some of the highest used in the game as well. Back on the topic of gear raids, I should probably say stage 24 is going to look a little daunting. Most of us haven't even done those at all. The big points are, of course, getting to each like change of things. Like here, you're going to see some changes, but stage 18, 19, things start to open up. Look at that. Look at the extra rewards, boom, you start getting when you get to stage 19. But stage 21 used to be the highest level, and they added 22, 23, and 24. If you can get yourself to stage 21 as fast as possible at any of these gear raids, you're going to be farming high-end stuff as quick as possible. Plus, you'll be able to easily farm those gear dungeons once you unlock that content too. Faction trials are exactly that, factions, and there's a ton of amazing rewards along the way here. You'll get soul stones, you'll get hero pack cards, you'll get all sorts of stuff, I think, for this one. But I can't remember exactly where they lie, but yeah, you'll see. Summons, fun stuff, and it just involves pushing in these. And they did add the more. This is something they've constantly been expanding too. It used to just be like, I think, to stage 9, and then they added more, and then they added more. Or was it 10? I don't remember now. Where was the last one? I don't even remember where it originally started. It feels like a blur now. But stage 18 some of these have, which, as you can see, I haven't even worked on that yet myself, but for some of them. But here, yeah, stage 8 used to be the max. In the basic trial, this one is very easy to farm, and you'll definitely want to make sure you're getting your 3 stars and farming the materials here. To work on your Pantheon, which gives you overall stats for your account. The Immortal Codex is a temporary boss fighting scenario where you're going to put in teams that are very specific. This is going to be really hard early on, but don't ignore it. Just do the bare minimum that you can, and you'll still get really awesome rewards for that shop. Tide is a kind of big tower defense, traditional tower defense style. Set your people and just let the wave come and see how they do. And this has huge rewards. Huge rewards along the way to get skill crystals and soul stones for Volca and Init. And definitely something you just want to keep pushing a little bit. And it gets better and better the more talents you add. So the more basic talents and then peak talents you add, the easier and easier it's going to get, because this is very focused on BP. So that's kind of the basics there. So again, when it came to Pantheon, this is what I mentioned. So you actually unlock... Don't judge me for not finishing my Pantheon. I just forget to do faction trials every day. Fine. It's almost a joke for me at this point. But attributes are added to your account based on your Pantheon level. So this is what you want to make sure you're not forgetting to do your faction trials every day. I think after I got to this, I kind of was like, I don't need to do that much, and then forgetting I still have to level all these other ones up too. It's fine. That's what happens when you have a baby and you have facial paralysis and you're a derpy pirate like me. Things slow down a little bit, and I turned into a little bit more of a casual player at that time. Anyway, I digress. This is a really great way to get bonuses for your account overall, period. Just obviously you could see it's good stuff, and you want to get that. And you also want to unlock more slots of gear and some other quest abilities, and yeah, hero capacity slots. Good stuff to try to get. So that is faction trial bonuses. You're gonna notice when it comes to this board, the home page. Let's talk about this home page. Home page. What do they even call this? I don't even know. Anyway, we have the harbor. You'll get this unlocked pretty quickly. Actually, the stuff starts unlocking, and you can start farming, and you'll get these resources to be able to cook and also craft with this Lassier bench here. So this will reset every week. You do the trading hall, you get a ton of rewards, stuff for summoning. It's actually been pretty damn generous. And then you'll cook with her here. Ideally, try to get all of these resources to get the mystery one where you can get summons. But it's also a great way just to get a little bit extra energy, multi-battles, or the experience or gold up bonuses if you need them with the other resources left. And that also includes this here. You're going to be claiming your mine resources daily, and that will help you level up your characters so much easier too. Now, you're going to notice, like, see, this one is just your camp level overall. Early on, you will be starting to max this, but then once it's maxed, you'll kind of forget about that. Here is Malric. Now, you guys won't see this early on. You have to hit a certain level. I actually don't have that here, but I think you have to complete certain content, like I said, like gear raid stage 18 or 19. I think this you have to do stage 19 of gear raids in order to unlock this Malric Halls of Illusion, like all 3 gear raids. So just really focus on getting those gear raids, honestly, to stage 19, and then ideally pushing to 21 as your first focuses. And that will unlock even more content in this game. The Dwarven Association here is the main market for your basic resources in the game that are not spending money. So the black market here, I always buy the heroes because the heroes are very valuable for getting points in the Corridor of Glory event, and you want to get as many heroes as possible. We will go back and show you guys hero progression and how that works as well. Boom, boom, boom. Selecting the heroes. You can buy the discounted summons if you want. People usually buy the discounted energy. And early on, you'll buy this gear. Like now, I don't really buy the gear because I don't need to. But early on, when you have no gear, you're probably going to buy a few pieces of gear from this shop. But you can do a bunch of free refreshes every day and get the main resources you need. But try to avoid using your diamonds, except for things like discounted summons or discounted energy. Here, the guild shop is exactly that. The guild shop, boom, buying a couple summons, there we go. And skill crystals are probably the best things to buy here, including our mythic shards if you are trying to get some of those universal currencies. There's the arena shop as well, which you're going to reset every week. And those will allow you to unlock... oh, I got to do this. We're going to have another reset with the new month. But yeah, you'll be able to... This is a monthly reset also for some parts of it. And you can get extra summons and resources depending on your rank in arena, which also leads you to the Apex shop, which is really hard for the highest end arena players. Have fun getting there. It's hard, but you can unlock a special character, Lady Alexandra, and she's amazing, and so is her skin and her weapon, and yeah, definitely a good long-term goal to save all of these currency for. The Awakening shop is what you get from the coins when you dismiss heroes. So when you get, let's say you take your epic heroes, the purple ones, all the way to Awaken 5, and then you still have duplicates left, then what? That's when you actually can save those resources here. You sell the heroes and you'll get coins, and you can use the coins to buy stuff from the shop. Buying the demon soldiers here at the bottom is a smart choice, as well as the basics like the skill crystals and some of the other stuff here like summon or stamina and resources for your gear, your keys for farming, etc. But I'm actually getting low. When it comes to the gold ones, this is dismissing legendary heroes, which again, you don't want to do unless you've got an Awaken 5. Just because you hear that a hero is bad, don't sell it. Don't sell bad heroes bad, because bad heroes are often buffed and changed to become better. I don't care how bad someone says that a legendary is, don't sell it. For any reason, it's silly. You'll regret it later. Wait until you have Awaken 5. So it takes 5 duplicates to go into another one. Wait until you get to that point before you start selling any given hero. You'll get there eventually. And this dungeon shop here, people usually will focus the best gear pieces, including the unidentified pieces, maybe even the demon chests if you are really into the clan content, which we'll come to next. But this is for the gear dungeon shop. And it's a really great way to get really awesome, unique pieces that can be really game-changing as well. So that is the Dwarven Association and everything on the main home page. Now let's take a peek at the War Room. So this has got a little bit of everything as well. There is Demonic Crusade, which has a main stage and a challenge stage, which I never finished, apparently. Can you tell that's a running trend on my account? It's fine. So these are related to demon soldiers, fun content with them specifically. And those are the characters used for the guild versus guild type content in this game. So Titanic Ruins, Drake's Chasm are both things that you will have when are related to the guild content. Tide was the thing I already showed you. Tower of Deception is exactly that. A tower content. Once you've done something once, you can go through and quick clear for some instant progress and quick rewards, and then at least auto fight and see if your last team can beat it again. If there are slightly different buffs or debuffs, whatever, that go along with it. There's hidden chambers as well, but just another fun way to get a ton of rewards, and it does get pretty hard, so it's a good challenge. There is the Void Rift that you will get to. You'll first do the prologue. It's like the prequel to the Void Rift, and this is an amazing place to get rewards as well, especially summons and these gleaming meteorites that get you exclusive artifacts for your heroes. So a Void Rift, do your prologue as soon as you can. When you see that Void Rift, go in there, because you'll get a free Oleg, who is a fantastic, epic defender, who's even used through endgame content, who's very, very, very good to use overall, and you want to get that free character. Then you can start doing your Void Rift at the lower tiers and work your way through, and eventually you'll open up the Void Rift Epilogue, which is the harder content that's assumed people do it after they have done, like Nightmare Void Rift. So that kind of covers this area. The other parts are in the guild content, so let's click that. We have our guilds. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's a guild. You have members. You have quests daily to get points, and the points go for the shop. And of course, there are guilds based on rankings overall here as well. Okay, so Drake's Chasm is going to be your main focus. The basic dragon boss up through Nightmare 4. You're going to want to get to Nightmare 3 and 4 as your first focus. And then Abyss is much, much harder. Don't stress yourself out anytime soon for Abyss. It's very, very difficult, but it does have some pretty incredible rewards when you can finally get there. But even getting your top chest from Nightmare 3 can still yield some pretty incredible rewards, like these universal stones. Very important content to do and get rewards for. You don't want to miss your Drake's Chasm fights every day. And one key thing to mention is when it comes to using your keys, if you came from a game like Raid, people like to put everything in to get top chests. You don't do that in this game. You use one key on Nightmare, one key on Nightmare, like 3, one key on Nightmare 4, or one key on Nightmare 2, one key on Nightmare 3. Try to get one top chest, and then whatever else you can, you know, like if you even get mid on another one, or, you know, whatever you can do, just do 2. Or spend 200 diamonds a day to do 3 keys a day. It always is worth it once you pass Nightmare 3. If you're doing Nightmare 3 and 4, and you want it, or Nightmare 2, 3, 4, it can be really worth it, and you get a lot of rewards that way. Titanic Ruins is a shifting boss where it changes different phases, and it's quite difficult, but a lot of fun. The first levels will get you started, and you'll get a ton of rewards here every week. And then Matrix is the newer content, which they are just in the process of adjusting right now, actually, so I'm not going to click this too much because this might be changed. But yeah, there are insane rewards here that's going to look like a foreign language to you as well right now. But don't stress Matrix early on. If you can eventually do something where you're getting 8,000 total between the two teams, it's fine. But this is huge. Requires a lot of heroes for these. And you won't even unlock this right away either. A lot of the content, obviously, you need to get to certain points first before unlocking the harder version of it. Now, there is Guild War. Guild War is like kind of this defense on one side. So you'll have your stuff set up where you put your heroes and defend against the demon soldiers. And then on the other side, you will take your demon soldiers in to fight against another team, right? So this is how the content works for guild content. It's very similar to the real battles. You're just using demon soldiers instead of actual heroes. And that's where you'll get those. You'll farm for these in the gear raids. You'll get these in the guild battles. There's a few other ways you'll earn these in general, but it adds a whole other element to the game that's really fun and interesting besides just acquiring heroes, and something really more like really in depth to learn, right? Like it's quite involved. Back on the guild page here, I should mention there's like the basic dividends just for being active in your guild. Don't forget to claim those. And you can donate to your guild daily when you have extras of a currency. Don't do it unless it's something you have way too many of, or else, you know, it's not really worth the rewards. But later on, you're going to see you have way too much of a lot of currencies, so you'd rather have those guild coins for the shop. I think that kind of covers the guild stuff in a TLDR manner, but just work through the basics. Definitely do your dragons every day, and don't forget it. They did do this really nice storage setup too, I should mention. There's an overview of all your heroes, so you can quickly go through and change their gears and see what they're wearing. This is really cool. Gear is so like, whoa, this all feels very overwhelming, but it's actually quite nice to organize your gear. So like you can really filter down like what levels they are, what are their primary stats, is it exclusive or not exclusive, is it variant or not. Look at all this, only looking at variant gear, the really fancy stuff. Is it, yeah, locked, unlocked, equipped, unequipped, only show exclusive, made for certain heroes or certain factions. There's just so much in this filtering that makes it a lot easier to manage, including your bulk selling. This game even has recommended settings where you can adjust what you keep and what you sell. And that is something you're going to want some advice on before you go on in there. And there's a bunch of content creators that have suggestions based on where you are in the game. There's the same thing here for artifacts. And then, of course, it's all your materials are going to be here too. Sometimes it doesn't tell you when you have a chest to open, so you kind of got to keep an eye on that yourself. You'll get lots of these insignia bonus chests too. But overall, when you have shards for something like the summons, and enough to summon, you'll get a little yellow dot there. It makes it all pretty easy to manage. And you'll get daily pop-ups. Yay, free stuff that try to make you buy stuff in the shop. Well, can't blame them, can you? All right, I'm just going to pop into a campaign level just to show you how the basics works for setting up a fight now. Let's get into the mechanics. So, for the most part, you're going to want some sort of lore. Don't mind my gold and shiny. We're in a harder content. I'm just going to put something in here. I might not even worry about finishing it. We're just going to do it for the sake of showing you guys. But yeah, we have, of course, lords that give the bonuses. So this is a big thing. Lords give bonuses to the entire team. I'll show you that right away in your tutorial. And you want to kind of pick 2 lords and base a team around that. But it doesn't mean you can't throw in all other things that help, like a really good tank or a healer that maybe is, you know, not part of a faction that you're using, but can definitely help you progress. Okay, we're just going to throw some stuff in there. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. I just want to show you the basics of how you use your characters in a battle and where to see the information. So if you come in and you want to know what the monsters are, you could also click the monster manual and see exactly what skills you're going to be dealing with. This is really helpful here as well. So keep that in mind. It's there. What is the pop-up? Oh, okay. It shows you what you need to get your 3 stars. So one thing here, you'd probably place like, okay, this is a fighter. You can place put the direction of it, right? Boom. Okay. Not there. Let's go ahead and put him maybe here. You could speed up here. Now things are going to look a little bit different. When you first start playing, you're going to have to click on your hero and then double click their ultimate in order to use it. So let me just do that here to show you. So see here, and then you're going to have to click ready. You have to, or not double click it, but you have to click it, right? Where later on, you're going to see this ultimate button down below where you can set to auto the ultimates. You can just let it go and you don't have to stress about it nearly as much, right? Boom, boom, boom. You could set your people up. So I just threw a Edril is up on the board because Edril is a queen. She is a marksman that can attack anywhere on the board. You want to get her maxed out early on to be a huge help in clearing campaign content. But yeah, you just kind of place someone and face them in the direction you need to. But let's say you're placing a tank. Let me speed up this battle for a second. So I'm going to grab my King Hars here. You can place a tank like backward or sideways as well, which can be important depending on their skills. But also if you're covering a weird map where you want to protect something that might be coming from another side, and they will attack what comes behind them. So that is okay to do in this game. And again, later on, when you get progressing in your campaign, push your campaign as far as you can to unlock all these extra features, you will be able to attack from the bottom, which is a lot easier than having to click on every hero and set off their ultimates or whatever. But you can click them to view their range in case their ultimate has a different range. So like Edril's ultimate is the entire board, literally. She's awesome. She'll just start attacking anything that is coming. Basically, you want to create choke points as much as you can with the characters. Place a defender behind... oops, I should have placed a defender in front of a fighter, usually, to protect them from getting the first hits, because they're going to be a little squishy, but it's fine. You get the point. This is just the very basics. Healers are going to have pretty good range like that. And like I said, Vortex is a fantastic hero to have early on. And yeah, there you go. Simple, you deploy, everything has a cost. So you can see it takes until you get to a certain cost until you can deploy more of a hero, right? You have to wait until your cost catches up. And there are heroes that generate cost faster. And that can be super helpful in a lot of places, especially some quirky content like what people do with Gear Raid 2. But all right, I'm going to pause and come back and look at hero progression. All right, so hero progression. We have shiny new hero on my screen here that needs to be leveled up. So what does that mean? The basics here, attributes, you can click on this hourglass one or magnifying glass and it'll show you what their stats are. You can see their range and their buffs and the details about them. You can also see this in the gallery as well. Promotions here are going to show you what unlocks with each of these. It's going to become pretty normal that you just head over and start doing your promotions to max them out as soon as possible, or like that you already can just max out people instantly eventually. But they do make a really big difference, like unlocking a passive or expanding the range. So don't forget about these when you first start building your heroes. They're going to have a huge impact in the early game especially. So, do I have lag? What's happening? Yes. So, Rivenhold. Sometimes they have fancy promotion animations. A few of them change appearance, and there's lots of cool stuff there. All right, the gearing. So there is a quick change here where you can steal gear from another hero. You can also create an attack plan. Another really fun thing that people don't even seem to realize exists is this button for gear. You can go through and you can actually like select a specific set of gear and you can just go through and put it on the hero. Like you can just build him. I'm just going to throw something, try on. This is the fitting room if you guys play other games that have that. So you can actually put together a whole set and see what that means and confirm it before you go in. And if you like what you see, you can save it as a plan to be able to use. So let's say you make your best, like my Defender morale set. Boom, that is my only plan right now because I need to redo all my plans, so I deleted the old ones. That is how this works. So you'll be able to set plans like your best Soulbound Arcana DPS set, your best true damage set, your best whatever, you know, attack inspiration hero, HP based healer, defender, crowd control, what you know, high speed crowd control. You might have a ton of different sets for different reasons, and there's about also the ability to swap and change. But that is the gear. Skills are pretty self-explanatory. You just add a skill, they go randomly. You cannot choose. Awakenings are duplicates, so when you add in an awakening, this will give you back a 5-star chicken, so to speak, a 5-star fodder on a legendary hero if you sacrifice a duplicate of the hero. If you do so on the epics, it gives you back a purple 4-star, and the rares, etc, etc, etc. So I wouldn't worry about maxing out your heroes early on, but this is the special thing that requires a currency, a special, like see here, I have a duplicate of this hero, so I could technically use this duplicate into this hero, but I already have one maxed out, Awaken 5. Or you can use a Universal Soul Stone. Those should be saved only for limited time heroes, or even more importantly, possibly, ancient exclusive heroes that are top tier, like a Valara, for example, that are the best of the best. Use those very carefully, seek advice when necessary. Alright, so the Awakenings, yeah, those are dupes, and these are really powerful. Awaken 1, Awaken 3, and Awaken 5 are usually the most powerful parts. Awaken 2 for the heroes that are lords or unnamed, which can go with any faction. Those are also great bonuses as well. Artifacts are, yeah, the artifacts, another set of gear, which provides a special bonus skill set and stats. And you can also have exclusive artifacts for certain heroes as well, like some of the characters have their own special heroes. Forging, you forge for exclusives. You can forge for a ton at a time, but I'm sitting here waiting for some of the others that I know are coming. You can forge a batch of 10, a batch of 50, whatever, all at once, which is really, really helpful too. So what about, okay, I need to level up my heroes. I need to sell my heroes. I have too many heroes. So there is going to be this quick star setup that you will unlock, but not right away. You will have to do it manually at first, but you will be able to go through and quickly star up. Oh, do not check the button to consume rare heroes. I had that accidentally checked, but it's okay. I've been selling them, not to fear. But you want to sell your rare heroes for diamonds. Do not check this box. So boom, 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 level up, rank up, you can do this. It's slightly less efficient to do it this way than to manually take your commons up, but I don't see a problem with doing this. Personally, you're always able to grind out more as long as you're buying them from the shop. There will be times where you have too many heroes, and yeah, and you look at this. You're also gonna have too many chickens, too many fodder, spirits sitting there waiting for you at times as well. And this is what I was talking about too. Rare or selling. I don't have any to sell right now, but you're gonna be selling your 3-star and your 4-star heroes once. 3-star, just sell all the ones you're not using. 4-star, sell everything once you get to Awaken 5. You're going to see all my heroes are this Awaken 5 maxed out before I start selling them. It's very important because some of these characters are key. So that is something to keep in mind too. And like I said, key heroes to use early on. If Idril is your first 6-star, you will not regret it. She does have a different skin right now. This is what she looks like normally. And yeah, Greed you'll get early on for free. Wrath you'll get for free, Mari you'll get for free, and she's fantastic. And Oleg you'll get from Void Rift. There's some really good heroes that you can carry a beginning account with these kind of characters, including Maw. This is a skin for him. He looks like this. He's very good early on too for progression. So those are some key heroes to keep in mind when you're looking for stuff. So should you reroll? Not necessarily. I don't think you need to in this game. This game is very generous with summons, and you can get pretty far with those basic epics. And then by the time you're getting the legendaries, you're progressing pretty quickly, as long as you're an active player. So overall, I think it's just very key to do your basic events. Look at a Brave Conquest here. We're trying to forge, we're doing like a fusion event for an exclusive weapon. But look at, you get summons as you go along anyway, so you want to do this. Artifact material rate is the quickest way to do a bunch of these if you need to do it quickly, if you're about to run out of time. Spiritual Altar has very similar for summoning. There's also others for all sorts of events, like, let me put it here. You're gonna see, let's see, Brave Conquest, Spiritual Altar. Tales of the Smith is like the leveling up of your gear. Duel of Champions is do arena and get points. Kind of the basics that most of these games have, but there's a lot of extra games for getting even more rewards that I think Watcher does really well. They also do lots of freebies for sign-ins, fun quirky events here, or big reward series when it's a special event like a holiday. But there is so much more I could say. I barely scratched the surface. But I hope this helps you guys get started. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to leave a comment below. Feel free to ask questions, and we could help answer your questions. Feel free to reply to the questions if you could help people out. I appreciate you guys if you're sitting here watching. And yeah, I didn't really go into every area of the game. Arena is self-explanatory compared to the other stuff. So I don't even know. There's tiers. You get into the tier. I don't really have too much to say about that. I guess, right? It's kind of self-explanatory. So I think that covered the basics as fast as I could. Hope this was helpful. Let me know again what questions you have, and I will see you guys in the next video. And friendly reminder, if you do decide to spend, to use my Smile One link in the description or the pinned comment to help support the channel. And I'll see you in the next video. Be sure to hit that subscribe button on the way out.